Welcome to the No Dress Code Pod, where we keep it real, celebrate Black excellence, and dive into the things that matter most. Tune in, vibe out, and let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of the No Dress Code Pod. I'm your favorite host, as well as your favorite hoochie, legs out, not open Bree. And if this is your first time listening, or if you're a returning guest, then you already know what I'm gonna say because you already know how I feel about you. Thank you. Because without you, where would I be? Now, before we get into today's episode, you guys know what I'm about to say, especially if you're a returning guest, especially if you're a returning listener. Today is what? That's right, Thursday. That means you only got to get through Thursday. Say Friday. Today is what? Hold on. Today is what? That's right, Wednesday. That means you only have to get through Thursday. Say Friday's work for Monday because Monday is never guaranteed. Baby, isn't that happen to you on Friday? Isn't that happen to you on Saturday? Isn't that happen to you over the weekend? Your job will be posted before your obituary. And I'm going to keep saying that because I want y'all to really understand what I mean by say Friday's work for Monday. Now, again, this is coming from somebody who is now conventionally employed today. Because, at any point that can change. But who is conventionally employed today. And unfortunately, I cannot say Friday's work for Monday. But if you can and you are in the corporate world and maybe say Friday's work for Monday, I promise Friday's work is never that important. But also do with this information what you may, because if you end up unemployed based off of my advice, I can't really help you. I'm still trying to help myself. So do with that information what you may, but if I was you, I'd be saving Friday's work for Monday. And that could be why I'm not in the corporate world right now. That could be why. So I hope you guys are having an amazing week thus far. If you're, drop it in the comments though, and let me know how your week's been. If you're not having an amazing week, there's nothing I could do for you in this moment but continue to speak it over you and pray that your week going forward is amazing. But maybe if you drop it in the comments, somebody in the comments can, help you get through your week, because that's what we're here for. My week has been okay. Trying to think about what I did. I went to the gym. I had a little drama that is insignificant that I didn't stop shit. Okay. It altered a few hours of my day, but it ain't stop shit. So other than that, I've had a pretty okay week. I have a party to go to tonight. It's one of my cousin's birthdays, on my dad's side. So I'll be doing that. Trying to see what else I have planned this week. The week that you guys are hearing it, I do plan to take a few days off from work. Baby, as much as I like that job, and it ain't that much, I like 98% of the adult participants. Probably closer to 99% of the adult participants. Them kids at that job whoop my ass. Whoop my ass. But the adults, 99% of them I rock with. And as much as I like them, I've had a few incidents this past week. I had some people follow me. I feel so bad because they were some of my favorite ones. They fell while out in the community with me, and it really did hurt my feelings. It hurt my little spirit. Well, my spirit ain't little, but it hurt my spirit. And yeah, so that's not why I'm taking off though. I'm taking off because I need a break. You're not gonna have me with these kids. No, I need a break. Yeah, break me. So outside of that, my week has been okay. There's not really much to update. I am getting ready for Hoochie Day. So by the time this comes out, I will have hopefully been locked in for 2 days for sure. It was my third day. So I'm locking back in. I'm getting ready for Hoochie Day. The cut is coming. I'm not playing no games. It's time to drop the weight. It's time to drop the weight and get back fine. Because y'all do it for September. Y'all do it for summer. I do it for October. I do it for the girl's birthday. I don't give a fuck about looking good for summer because I look good for summer. But for my birthday, I'm going to show out. That's show out time. So that's what I'm on right now. I do have a special guest the next week, and then big things are coming, big things are happening. I'm excited. NDC Baked Goods is doing great. We could be doing better. If you want to support, the opportunity is always there. We could be doing better. I will leave NDC Baked Goods page on the screen so you can check it out. As well as that link will be in the bio so that you can click it and go ahead and purchase from your girl. Yeah. Go ahead and place your order. We got red velvet cookies, red velvet cupcakes, cookies and cream cake. We have carrot cake. Whatever you want, baby. You just go ahead and DM me. We make it happen. Hit that link, actually. Hit that link or DM me, but preferably hit the link. Make it happen. So that's all I have for my week, really. Let's kind of sort of get into today's episode. Y'all know how I don't really be having y'all my business like that, right? Y'all don't be my business too much because my business is what? That's right. My motherfucking business is my business. But we are almost 100 episodes in, so at some point I do got to bring y'all into my business. So I know I kind of touched this. I know I kind of touched this topic before in a previous episode, but I'm back here now. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to a party this weekend. And when I tell you, I just know there ain't gonna be no men there for me at this party. Not even because of the age. I just know there's gonna be no men there for me at this party. And I hate that for me. So I currently am in a space, I believe, right, where I want a man. I know. That's shocking. That's shocking to say. I want a man. Here's the thing, though. I want a man. I don't want a man who feels like he's going to control me. I don't want a man. I don't want all the drama that comes with having a man. I just want the fun parts. And I say that because I was talking to this guy, and we were talking about something, and he was like, well, at least you're self-aware. Oh, he had called me a bitch, but not like in a you're a bitch type of way. He was saying my actions towards somebody else was bitchy. And it was. I don't give a fuck. It was. I can eat that. I can admit that. He was right. My actions were bitchy to this person, right? So he was like, I don't know if he said bitch or petty, because it really don't matter. Either way, I'm both of them. I feel like he said bitch, so I'm gonna rock with bitch. And I was just like, yeah, I can admit that I am being very, petty, being very bitchy about this situation, and I don't give a fuck. You came and messed with me. I was minding my business. You're trying to antagonize me. Yeah, I'm okay with being considered a bitch, or my actions being considered bitchy or petty or whatever the case may be. You're right. I am. I'm okay with that. And he was like, well, at least you're self-aware. And baby, if nothing else about me, I am self-aware. If nothing else, I am self-aware. I know that I do not. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I want the excitement of a relationship. I want the kiss it. I'm not even really affectionate like that, but I want the cute stuff, like the dinners, the amusement parks, the date nights, the vacations, right? I want all the cute stuff of a relationship. I don't want to sit here and argue with you about why you're in somebody's likes. I don't want to sit here and argue with you why I'm in somebody's likes. I don't want to sit here and argue with you about why I didn't pick up my phone for you, but I was on Instagram. I don't want to have the argument with you that my pictures that I post every day when I finish at the gym is inappropriate to you for whatever reason. You're uncomfortable for whatever reason. I don't want to have no stupid ass argument because I don't want to have to change what I was doing before you came into my life. Especially if what I was doing before you came in is not detrimental to me. I'm not going to ask you to change something that's not detrimental to you. Detrimental to us. This, certain, I don't want to have no stupid ass conversation with you. I'm sorry. I don't want to have a stupid ass argument with you. I want, and this is where I can say, I am partially the problem. I want the ease of the relationship. I don't want nothing hard but a dick. You heard me properly. I don't want nothing hard but a dick. I don't want a hard ass relationship. I don't want to have to tell you where I'm going every time I leave the house. I don't want to have to tell you who I'm going with every time I leave the house. If you don't trust me, then don't be with me, period. I don't want to have to update you like, oh, I went here and then I went here and then I went here, or I forget and you got a whole fucking attitude. I'm sorry. If I go to sleep one night without saying goodnight, I don't want to have to wake up to an argument. I want the ease of the relationship. At this point, I was talking to this man and I said, I want to be in an argument with somebody and I want to block my man. Yeah, I'm ready to block my man. And he was like, you could block me. I know I could block you, nigga. I know I could block you. I know I can. I want to block my man. My man. I just want the ease of the relationship. I don't want to feel controlled. I realize that I have PTSD from relationships I've never been in because of
allegedly.
These men will put you through the ringer. And I'm too much of a lover girl. I don't want stress. I don't want stress. That's partially why, you know what? So here's the thing. I know that I am partially the problem. When I say I want a relationship, I don't really mean I want a relationship. I just want a man that's going to do fun stuff with me and you go back to your house and I come back to mine. Or I lay up with you at your house. But once you get to stressing me out, once you get to, so who the fuck was that you took a picture with? So who the fuck was that you gave a hug to? So who the fuck was this calling you? Who the fuck is this commenting on your Instagram like this? Baby, Instagram ain't real. If you take what go on there too serious, we're not going to work out. Because I post the most ridiculous shit because Instagram ain't real. Sometimes I post things that hit home. Sometimes I post things that hit your home. It is what it is. It ain't always got to be relevant to me for me to post it. Maybe I know you going through it and I'm trying to post for you. I'm trying to look out for you. Did you ever think about that? Now, I will say from previous situations, I do my best not to sub people on Instagram. Especially if I'm talking to a man or dealing with a man, I do my best not to sub because I don't really be caring that much. And I notice that about myself. I like these men. I liked Mr. 9 to 5. I can't tell you anybody else's name that I liked. Oh, ooh, that one's too close to home. I like this one nigga. Can't think of a name for him right now. So I liked this one guy. I liked Mr. 95. I've liked men along the way, and I've talked to them, I've entertained them. And one thing I realized about me, again, because I'm self-aware, I like men who are not willing or cannot give me what I want. Right? Because then I don't lose anything risking you. I don't lose anything dealing with you outside of time. And the time gonna pass regardless. I'm just having a little fun in the meantime. Like, I don't have to be accountable. I don't have to be anything. I don't even have to show up because there is no real requirement. I've noticed this about myself. When it comes to men that are emotionally available, men who want to deal with me, men who want to take me on dates, men who want to build a relationship with me, I flirt with the idea. The idea sounds amazing. The idea sounds great. The idea sounds like what I want out of life. But I just flirt with it. And it's not an accident. Like, I know when I'm flirting with somebody. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes people accuse me of flirting with people, and I don't feel like I'm flirting. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm flirting. Sometimes people accuse me of flirting, and I don't feel like I'm flirting. But I when I am intentionally flirting, I know that I'm flirting with someone. And I will flirt with the idea of being romantic or being committed to one person. Because the idea isn't bad. The reality behind it isn't bad. The thing about it is I fear getting with someone and being controlled in any way, shape, or form. Being told what I can't. I'm gonna word it the way I should have worded it when the situation was happening. Being advised on what I should and should not wear. Because telling me what I can and cannot is crazy. Yeah, you may want to change that. So I've had men who try to impose on telling me what I can and cannot wear. Like, they bought the outfits. Okay. Trying to tell me where I can and cannot go. As if you putting gas in the car. Or as if you're doing my oil changes. Or as if you're paying this car note. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like being told who I can and cannot talk to. As if you built these relationships. Yeah, because one thing I learned is and it's usually men that I know ain't going nowhere anyway. When we stop dealing with each other, these people will still be here for me. You will be out of the picture. You think I'm going to cut these people off because of your temporary ass? No. And the fact that you even think you have the right to tell me or ask me or imply or force me to do that shit, no. Won't be happening ever again. Won't be happening ever again. And honestly, it's like, okay, so I acknowledge that I'm no better than a man in a way that I don't want to be held accountable for nothing for right now, right? Although I have begun dating again, you can clap that up if you want to. I have begun dating again. There is someone that I go on dates with periodically. He may watch this, he may not, who knows, and that's another thing. If you want to be with me, how you not supporting NDC? NDC Pod? How you not supporting NDC Bay Goods? How you not supporting? That you cannot want to be with me and don't support me. Because support is free. That is the most freest thing you can do. That is legitimately the easiest thing you can do. As a man who claims he wants to be with me, you can watch the shit on mute. All you got to run back is, oh, I seen your episode. Whoop, whoop, give me the title. I'm not going to remember the title offhand. I'm at damn near 100 episodes. You think I know the title to every single one of my episodes? But the fact that you can't even name one, yeah, you don't want to be with me, and that's okay. Let's just be realistic about what it is, though, I'm self-aware. I'm aware enough to know that I flirt with men who claim to want to be with me. Because I like the idea of a vacation. I like the idea of us spending time together. I'm not even going to say meeting your family and you meeting mine, because that's irrelevant. That's unimportant. Unless it's like, let's get serious. I don't need to meet your family. You don't need to meet mine. Because mine's awesome. And certain people in my family will ask about you till the day I die. And I don't like that. Once I cut you off, once I say, oh, I moved on, I need everybody else to move on with me. I need everybody else to move on with me. And honestly, that is like a protectant thing of myself, right? So I choose the safer option. You would think the safer option is being with a man who wants to be with me, right? The one who actually puts in the effort, the one who plans the dates, and not the one that, just calls me or texts me, you up? You would think that that's a safer option, but honestly, the safer option is the you up man. Why? Because I know what it is. I know you don't want nothing from me, and that perfect. Because I don't want to give you nothing other than what I'm already giving you. Yeah, that is a safer option for me. It doesn't require me to walk on eggshells. It doesn't require me to think about your feelings. It doesn't require me to consider you in my day-to-day life. And I love that for me. And it's a safer option. And honestly, it's one of the things that I am working on trying to get out of as far as life goes itself, because it's also the safer option when it comes to podcast ideas. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this could push the envelope. This might be a little controversial. I don't know about this one. So I go with the safer one. The one that I know people may feel a way about, but they ain't gonna feel as much of a way about. Basically, I'm choosing the safer route versus a scarier route of, okay, I really could get my heart broken. I really could like this person. I really could, as time goes on, probably, because it ain't an instant thing, see myself with this person. As much of a lover girl as I am, and I'm a lover girl down. I'm delusional. I'm a lover girl. I'm just, oh my goodness. I'm still realistic about what it is and what it ain't. And that is how it goes when I deal with men who I know don't want from me what I want out of life. They may want it, they don't want it from me. And that works for me because I don't want it from you. I'm not asking you to step up and be the man that I'm looking for. I'm asking you to deliver what you're delivering. That's it. That's all. I won't ask you about no woman you're dealing with outside of me. Don't ask me about no man. I'm not asking you what you're doing while you're not with me. I'm not asking you who you dealing with. I don't care about none of that. You're a free little bird in my mind. You're a free agent, so to speak. And I don't know. I feel like you can have the excitement that I'm looking for in a relationship. Like, that's the only reason why I want a relationship. I'm looking for the excitement. I feel like you can have that excitement without having the chaos. Do I know for sure? No. Has everything I've been in had it started with excitement and ended with chaos? Possibly. Now, do I take accountability for that? Yeah, because the chaos was there from the beginning. I was just here for the razzle dazzle of it. It was exciting chaos. But once you're committed, it's not as of exciting chaos. It's like, oh, you didn't answer your phone for 2 days. What's going on here? But with no strings attached, you didn't answer your phone for 2 days. That's fine. That's fine. It ain't my turn, baby. And that's okay. I'm not saying I'm waiting my turn, but it ain't my turn. Go ahead and handle your business. I catch you when I catch you. You'll catch me when you catch me. And I understand that it is such a bad reoccurring pattern that I'm choosing to live with. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I am looking for something of a unicorn. I do my best, as I feel like most of us do, to not idolize or compare my situation to the next person's situation. So I do my best to not compare what I'm going through or how my single stage is compared to maybe a friend's and how their single stage was or what they're going through, because essentially we may want different things. We may want different things. We may accept different things in relationships. We may require different things from our partners. So I try not to compare. There are people who I look at as far as that are in relationships, and I'm like, you seem like you got it. You seem like it's going well. If I needed inspiration to want to settle down, I feel like you gave it to me. But again, I am usually only watching from Instagram. I don't be in nobody's business in real life.
Really?
Now, I know I say I don't be outside in real life, and then I clipped it, and then I was outside. But no. I really don't be in nobody's business in real life. Whatever you post on Instagram is all I see. 9 times out of 10. And 9 times out of 10, you're only posting the highlights on Instagram. So I truly am only seeing the highlights of your relationship. I'm not seeing the times where you guys were down and out. I'm not seeing when you were arguing about simple, stupid shit. I'm not seeing when, you went to bed mad. And granted, I don't need to see that because that's not my business. That's not my place. And that's not my relationship. But I'm only seeing the highlights, so I'm getting a little jealous of the highlights, right? But also it's summer, so I feel like your girl should be single. I don't know. I don't really have a season of make sure I'm single here. If a nigga play in my face by this date, I'm single for the summer, and then we can link back up come winter when it's time to come inside and settle down. I'm not one of those girls that really move like that. I just want a little excitement. I just want a little razzle dazzle. I just want a little, I just want the highs of the relationship anyway. I don't want the lows anyway. And I feel like that alone is unicornish. Because right now I'm in a space where I give zero accountability to anybody. Like, the people I am currently going on dates with, I have no accountability to them and they have no accountability to me. I don't ask them what they do outside of their time spent with me. They don't ask me what I'm doing outside of my time spent with them. You catch me when you catch me. You know, that's just how it is. I know what I want in a relationship. I want peace. I want excitement. I want love. I want respect. I want the things that I give freely, openly. I want what I give. I also know what I don't want. And although I may not know everything that I do want, I do know that I do not want to feel controlled. That is going to be a big thing for me when I get into my next relationship. Because the slightest reminder of control is going to drag me. And you know how they say the flags are pink? I just wanted to see how red they can get. I'm starting to acknowledge, I'm starting to be able to spot the control factor, the control trait. Okay, this man gonna try to he gonna try something. I'm spotting those flags a little bit faster. I'm spotting those traits a little bit more easier because of the things that I've been through in my past. And I currently am working on walking away sooner due to those specific traits. Because there are just certain things I don't like, certain things I don't want when it comes to a man. And although I'm not going to put all of what I want and what I don't want on this podcast, because why would I give you the blueprint? Why would I give you the blueprint to manipulate me? To love bomb me? And I know what you're thinking. Not everybody's going to manipulate you. Not everybody's out here to love bomb you. Some just want to know how to love you properly. You better learn. I'm going to learn how to love you properly. You better learn how to study. I may not be good in school, but I can study. I can study somebody like no tomorrow. Like I work for the fucking FBI. Like I work for the CIA. Like I'm a Secret Service agent. Baby, I can study like no tomorrow when it comes to somebody I find that I'm trying to deal with. Somebody I find attractive. Somebody I find interesting. Somebody I'm trying to build with. Yeah, I know how to study. So before I wrap this subject up, the point I'm trying to make or get across on this episode is I feel like I want a man, right? I do. My man should come find me. If you're listening, babe, my DMs are open on every single one of my pages, but my DMs are really open on the NDC pod page. They're also really open on the NDC Baked Goods page. Yeah. Support. Oh my goodness. You know how panty dropping support is? I mean, you could hit me on a personal page, but that's like whatever. You know, that's niggas hit me on that page every day. I ain't ugly now. Niggas hit me on that page every day. You want to stand out? Hit me on the NDC pod page. Support. Hit me on NDC Baked Goods page. Support. And when I say hit me on these pages, I mean NDC Baked Goods, make a purchase. NDC Pod, shout us out to your friends. Even if you don't listen, find a clip that you like and shout it out to your friends. Tell them to listen. Tell them to tune in. Be different. Be different. Shoot your shot differently. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I don't want a man to I don't want anybody, but since I deal with men, I don't want a man that makes me feel like I have to shrink myself, that I have to show up as less than myself, that I have to dull my light for. I don't want a man that feel like he has to manage me. A man who feels like he needs to dictate me. A man who feels like he can't have a conversation without raising his voice to me. Because I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. Period. And not to win the argument, not because I feel like my tears are going to help you soften. No. You're going to take me back to a place I had to get out of. A place I had to pray out of. A place I had to run from. Like, you're going to take me back to a spot if you yell at me as a man. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's a complete red flag, but the flag is pink and I might walk out. The flag is pink and I might walk out. Especially depending on why you're choosing to raise your voice. Because you can have an argument and you can have a conversation without raising your voice. So, depending on that, your girl may be out. And you know what? Because I'm about to wrap this up and then we're going to get into the Reddit. Maybe me saying I want the excitement without the chaos is like the wrong term, right? So maybe I should rephrase it as I want the excitement. Maybe I should rephrase it as I want the excitement without the control. That I want that's something I can get behind for sure. For sure. If you understand what I'm talking about, if you understand what I mean, drop it in the comments and let me know your opinion. Again, your opinion ain't gonna change how I feel because what I've been through is what I've been through. And you can only speak from what you've been through, right? Okay, then. So if you've never been through what I've been through, then our experiences and our opinions are gonna be a little different, babes. That was meant to sound condescending in case you didn't catch it. Our opinions are gonna be different, but respect. Okay, it's non-judgmental over here. I won't judge you for your opinion. I don't give a fuck if you judge me for mine because you really can't. Okay, so I do have a Reddit this episode. This one, can't remember the title of it. It says, my younger sister is 24, and to be honest, she's had money problems her whole life. Not because she's some kind of not because she's had some kind of catastrophic run of bad luck, but because she doesn't know how to manage her life properly. She might quit her job on a whim, take out a loan on some nonsense, then pretend everything's fine for a couple weeks, and then call me in the middle of the night in tears. Over the past year and a half, I've given a lot of money, sometimes small amounts. Sometimes I'd cover her entire rent. A couple of times I helped her with her credit. Bought her medicine because she said she had health issues and no money at all. My mom was constantly pressuring me too. She said it was hard for her, that she was the youngest and that without family she'd be completely lost. 2 weeks ago, my friend happened to see her in the arcade near the shopping center. At first, he couldn't believe it because just that day before, she had told me that she didn't have any money for rent again and the landlord was already starting to pressure her. According to him, she had been sitting there playing the slot machines for almost an hour. He just went over to say hi and asked if everything was okay. Then her expression suddenly changed and she told him to mind his own business. Then she told him not to tell me anything because he doesn't understand the whole situation. My friend decided to tell me anyway because he was in shock himself. I didn't throw a fit. I just called my sister and asked her straight out if she was gambling, and that's where the money I constantly sent her was going. She immediately started yelling that I was crazy, that I was spying her through my friends and trying to control her. Then she said she wasn't 15 anymore and had the right to do whatever she wanted. But she never once gave a straight answer about the slot machines. After that conversation, I decided I wouldn't give her money directly anymore. At most, I can order her groceries, pay for something specific, or help her find a decent job. But I'm not going to transfer money to her card anymore. Now she's having trouble with her rent. The landlord has already warned her that if the payment isn't made by the end of the week, she'll have to move out. Her mother calls me almost every day and says I'm pushing someone to the brink who's already got enough problems. And the worst part is, I feel sorry for her because if she really gets evicted, she'll most likely go live with her mother and they can't stand being together for more than 2 days. Plus, I realize that this is starting to look like an addiction, not just plain stupidity. But on the other hand, I feel like a total idiot because while I was working my butt off and saving money to pay off my own debts, she was probably just blowing my money on slot machines and lying to my face for months. Am I the asshole? So y'all know how we do this. Drop it in the comments. Pause this. Drop it in the comments. Let me know who you think is the asshole. Is it the older sister? Is it the younger sister? It sounds like they have two different moms, but I could be wrong because she started off with my mom and then she switched to her mom. So I don't know. If you think it is the moms that's the asshole, drop in the comments. If you think I'm the asshole, drop in the comments. Let me know. Pause it, then come back and I will give you my opinion. I personally don't feel like you are the asshole. I feel like I wish I had a sibling that I could call and be like, hey, I'm down bad. Can you help? Let me rephrase that. I'm not saying I don't have a sibling I can call. I'm saying my pride is too big for me to do that. And I know what they say, pride goes before the fall. Well, baby, I'm gonna have to fall. Like, I am one of those people that I feel like if you don't offer, I ain't asking. And that comes into play into so many more things than just money. If you don't offer, I ain't asking. Especially if you know I need help, you ain't offering, I ain't asking. It is what it is, you know. Because I'd be damned if I ask and you tell me no. I already had to talk myself into asking you, and I asked you and you said no. Yeah. I ain't asking. But that's just me. You know, I do feel like y'all should do better and be better than me. But I don't feel like you're the asshole. Obviously, she knew something was up. She knew she was wrong when she said you're having people spy on me. Because who told you I told you? Who told you that it was my friend who told me? It could have been anybody. Now, obviously, it was obvious who told me, but it could have been anybody. You knew you were wrong and you were deflecting. I don't think being the youngest has anything to do with anything. I'm the youngest of my siblings. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say. I'm the youngest of my siblings. I'm the only girl in my siblings. And I couldn't see myself doing that. You know, I personally couldn't see myself calling my brother asking him for no money. And I couldn't see myself calling my brother asking him for no money, period. You know, that's just me. But we all got different relationships. We got different pride. My pride is, I don't want to say too big, but I don't call people and ask them for money 9 times out of 10. Unless you're my man. And even then, it took me a long time to ask my man for some money. Unless you're my man, I'm not calling asking you for no money. I'm just not. So I don't think you're the asshole. I think she was playing you. It's one of them things. I've had somebody in my life do this exact thing to me. I don't give a fuck. Like, at this point, I don't give a fuck that you and your mama can't stand to be around each other for more than 48 hours. Your mama better pay your rent because I'm out. If I can't pay it directly, if I can't pay for the groceries and have them shipped to you, if I can't, you know, pay the bill, whatever the case may be exactly, I'm not sending you no money. I'm not. Like, I've been there, done that, got played, will never do it for that person, especially again. I don't want to say I'll never do it for anybody because I do feel like I try to give people their own chances and let them hang themselves however they do that. I give people enough rope. You gonna hang yourself before I do. So, I don't think you're the asshole. I think your sister is manipulating you, and you are too kind to acknowledge or see, or whatever the case may be, that. So yeah, I don't think you're the asshole in this situation. If you guys feel like I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But that is all I have for you guys today. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this week's episode. If you would like to submit something for us to read, if you would like to do a reader submission, you can submit it to our email. Actually, there is a link in the bio that you can actually use. And we will get that submission as well. That is the preferred route. But if not, send it to the email. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as turn that bell notification on so that you are notified anytime and every time we drop a new episode or anything else regarding NDC. As well as don't forget to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to pull up, because they're going to love it here. And I'll see you in. That's right. In next week's episode. Bye. You're still here? You know the show's over, right? Don't cry. We'll be back next week. I gotta go be a hoochie. In the meantime, catch up on the older episodes.